In January of 1909, the entire state of New Jersey plunged into fear. Schools closed, factories shut their doors, armed men patrolled the streets at night, and all of it, every ounce of panic, was caused by something that flew overhead, screaming and leaving impossible tracks in the snow below. Long before newspapers fanned the flames, the Pine Barrens were already whispered about. Over 1 million acres of cedar swamps, abandoned villages, and endless forest. It is here that one of America's oldest legends took root, the Jersey Devil. The story reaches back to 1735, to a woman known in folklore as Mother Leeds. Poor, exhausted, and burdened with 12 children already, she discovered she was pregnant with her 13th. In a moment of despair, she reportedly shouted, "Let this one be the devil." The child was born a normal infant, at first, but within minutes it began twisting, stretching, changing. Fingers lengthened into claws, skin darkened, wings tore through its back, its head pushed forward into a long, horse-like shape. With a final shriek, the creature lunged at the midwife, then shot straight up the chimney in a storm of soot, disappearing into the winter night. From that night on, strange things prowled the pines. Farmers found livestock mutilated. Travelers heard beating wings overhead. Hoofprints appeared where no hooves should ever be, on rooftops, across frozen ponds, up the sides of trees. For generations, residents swore that when the nights grew cold and still, they could hear the cry of something not quite human echoing across the forest. The descriptions rarely changed. A creature with a horse-like head, bat wings, hooved legs, a long serpentine tail, and a scream that sounded like a woman in agony blended with a dying animal. It flew silently, except for that cry. It stalked livestock, avoided humans, and appeared mostly in winter months. And its footprints often ended abruptly, as if it simply launched itself straight into the sky. Sightings in the 1800s only deepened the fear. Commodore Stephen Decatur, an American naval hero, reportedly fired a cannonball at a strange winged creature during weapons tests, only to watch it fly away unharmed. Joseph Bonaparte, brother of Napoleon and former King of Spain, claimed he encountered the devil while hunting near Bordentown in 1820. By the time the 20th century arrived, the legend was firmly embedded in the identity of the Pine Barrens. Wild, mysterious, and untamed. But nothing could prepare the region for the chaos that unfolded during one extraordinary week in 1909. From January 16th to 23rd, more than 1,000 people across New Jersey and Pennsylvania claimed to witness the creature. The panic that followed remains one of the largest mass sightings ever recorded in American history. It began on a Sunday in Bristol, Pennsylvania. Residents found strange tracks in the snow, cloven, deep, wandering across streets, over fences, even onto rooftops. No known animal matched them. By Monday, reports emerged from multiple towns describing a winged creature screaming through the night sky. On Tuesday in Camden, a police officer fired at a creature perched on a telephone pole. Witnesses said the bullets went right through it. Wednesday brought crowds to the streets of Philadelphia as newspapers splashed the monster across their front pages. Schools closed, factories shut down. Parents refused to let children outside. Thursday saw hoofprints appear on rooftops in Haddon Heights, ending abruptly at the edge, as though the creature simply walked to the brink and took off. By Friday, hunting parties scoured the woods and wealthy residents offered a $10,000 reward. On Saturday, an Atlantic City social club reported an attack. One man struck the creature with a club, only for it to shriek and fly away. Thousands of tracks were photographed and measured. They showed cloven hooves with long strides and tail drags. In many places, footprints ended mid-path with no sign of jumping or running, only vertical disappearance. The sightings didn't end in 1909. They simply stopped making headlines. A postmaster later described a 3-foot-tall creature with a horse's head, bat wings, and thin hind legs that walked upright. Police officers admitted to firing at it. Factory workers watched it land on their roof and scream. Farmers found livestock drained of blood. A trolley car full of passengers panicked when something heavy landed on its roof and shook it violently before flying off into the night. Newspapers floated hoax theories, but that didn't explain the physical evidence, or why so many respectable witnesses reported the same creature in the same week. Skeptics have proposed explanations for decades. Some blame sandhill cranes, large birds with prehistoric calls. But cranes don't leave cloven hoofprints or attack people, and they certainly don't appear on rooftops in the dead of winter. Others claim mass hysteria, but this falls apart under a single fact. Most witnesses described the creature before newspapers printed any details. Hammerhead bats have been suggested because of their unusual heads, but they're African, small, and nothing like the towering horse-headed figure seen in New Jersey. Others propose elaborate hoaxes, but that would require multiple hoaxers in multiple towns, acting in perfect coordination with identical tracks and no motive or confession. Some believe the devil might be a surviving species, a relic from some forgotten era. Others think the legend itself may have manifested, fear creating form, emotion shaping something unnatural in the shadows of the pines. But none of those theories explain what happened in 1909. During that 1 week, over 1,000 people claimed to see the same creature. Teachers, police officers, business owners, entire families, and their descriptions matched long before newspapers could influence them. Physical tracks were photographed, measured, investigated, and then, without warning, the sightings stopped. No body was ever found, no final encounter, no gradual fading away, just silence. If it was mass hysteria, it was the most coordinated and elaborate in American history. If it was a hoax, it was perfect, flawless, so much so that no one has ever reproduced anything like it. And if it was real, then something truly unknown flew over New Jersey for 7 days straight. Something that matched a legend nearly 175 years old. Something that people still claim to see in the Pine Barrens to this day. And perhaps the most chilling detail, Mother Leeds had 12 normal children before the devil, meaning her bloodline likely continued. Somewhere in New Jersey, descendants of the Leeds family may still be alive, carrying the name tied forever to this mystery. The Jersey Devil remains one of America's most enduring and perplexing legends. A creature powerful enough to shut down a state, a story persistent enough to survive centuries, and a mystery unsolved enough to keep us wondering whether in the vast, lonely stretches of the Pine Barrens, something still watches from the trees. Was it an undiscovered species? A supernatural being? A legend made real by fear? Or something else entirely? Tell us what you think, and if you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, make sure you're subscribed to Echoes of Time. There's far more waiting in the dark. Next time, we're exploring the disturbing rise of the black-eyed children, an urban legend where the danger doesn't come from the shadows, but from the knock at your door.